Welcome to Money Move, the podcast where we explore smart strategies to grow your wealth, make confident financial decisions, and take control of your money. In this episode, How to Invest Smart, Tips for Beginners and Beyond, we dive into the fundamentals of intelligent investing. Whether you're just starting out or looking to refine your strategy, we cover building a strong financial foundation, emergency funds, paying off high-interest debt, and defining goals. Investment options for beginners, index funds, individual stocks, REITs, gold, and cryptocurrency. Proven strategies from expert investors, insights from Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, and Dalio. Long-term tips for success, automation, consistency, and disciplined investing. Our goal is to make investing simple, actionable, and approachable, so you can take confident steps toward financial freedom. Tune in to learn how to make your money work for you and move smartly toward your financial goals. Money Move, your guide to smarter financial decisions, one step at a time.
Welcome to The Explainer. Okay, let's be honest. When you hear the word investing, does your mind just fill up with, complicated charts and super stressful decisions? If it does, you are definitely not alone. But what if I told you that with a simple 4-step blueprint, you could start building your financial future with real confidence? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down today.
But before we dive into all the fun stuff, picking stocks and funds, we've got to start with one really important question. Are you actually ready to start this journey? Because believe me, how you answer this will shape your success more than any hot stock tip ever could.
So, to help you figure that out, we've taken all the best advice from financial experts and investing legends. We're talking Warren Buffett, Jack Bogle, and we've boiled it all down into a super simple 4-step blueprint. This isn't about some get-rich-quick fantasy. It's about building a rock-solid foundation for the rest of your life.
So, what's our game plan? First up, we're going to lay the groundwork with 5 essential pre-flight checks. Then we'll open up the toolbox and look at your different investment options. After that, we are going to soak up some wisdom from the absolute masters of the game. And finally, we'll put it all together and build a beginner's portfolio from the ground up. Ready? Let's jump in.
Okay, first things first. Before you even think about putting a single dollar into the market, you have to make sure your financial house is in order. This part is all about building that solid foundation, so when you do start investing, you're actually set up to win. The UK's top financial watchdog, the Financial Conduct Authority, has this great 5-step checklist for anybody new to investing, and it is the perfect place to start. So, number 1, check your timeline. Number 2, really understand what you're buying. 3, know yourself, know your risk tolerance. 4, make sure you're diversified. And 5, you've got to be okay with the potential for loss. Think of this as your personal GPS for investing. It's going to keep you on the right path. All right, first up, your timeline. Look, investing is like planting a tree. You don't plant it on Monday and expect to have a giant oak by Friday. It takes time. The market goes up, the market goes down, and you need to be in it for the long haul. And that's exactly where an emergency fund comes in. It's your financial safety net. If your car suddenly breaks down, you can tap into that fund instead of being forced to sell your investments when the market's down. Next on the checklist is a big one. You have to understand what you're putting your money into. Don't just jump on a trend or follow a tip from your buddy. Do a little homework. And that leads perfectly into our third check, knowing your own risk tolerance. Be really honest with yourself. If you looked at your account and saw it dropped 20%, would you be able to sleep that night, or would you be freaking out, wanting to sell everything? There's no right or wrong answer here, but knowing this about yourself is key to choosing investments that actually let you rest easy. All right, now that you've got that solid foundation in place, we get to the really fun part, picking your tools. So, what are the options out there? This little table is a fantastic starting point. As you can see, there's always a trade-off, right? Between risk and potential reward. If you're chasing that high growth, individual stocks might be your thing, but whoa, they come with high risk. If you'd rather have a more hands-off, set-it-and-forget-it approach, index funds are a brilliant option. And hey, if you like the idea of real estate, but don't actually want to be a landlord, you can invest in REITs. It's like owning property without getting those 2 a.m. calls about a leaky toilet. And here's what that risk-reward trade-off looks like in the real world. Over a 4-year period, if you put $100 into Bitcoin, it would have grown to over $600. That's an absolutely incredible return. But it came with a whole lot of sleepless nights for investors who had to ride some wild ups and downs. On the flip side, that same $100 in a simple index fund would have grown to a very respectable $179 with a much, much smoother ride. This is the perfect illustration of why knowing your risk tolerance is just so important.
So, you've got your foundation, you know your options. Now let's get some advice from the absolute pros. We're going to tap into the philosophies of two of the greatest investors who ever lived, Jack Bogle and the one and only Warren Buffett. First up, Jack Bogle. This is the guy who basically invented the index fund for everyday people. And his philosophy was beautifully simple. Stop trying to find the one winning needle in the haystack. Instead, just buy the whole haystack. So what on earth did he mean by that? He was talking about index funds. Instead of spending all your energy trying to pick the next Amazon or Google, you can just buy an S&P 500 index fund. And boom, you instantly own a tiny piece of the 500 largest companies in America. It is the ultimate shortcut to diversification, and it's an absolutely fantastic way for beginners to get started. Next up, a little wisdom from the man, the myth, the legend himself, Warren Buffett. His advice is so simple, but so profound. If you're not willing to own a stock for 10 years, don't even think about owning it for 10 minutes. This is the complete opposite of that get-rich-quick mindset. It's all about being a long-term owner of a business, not a short-term gambler. And that really brings us to the ultimate secret weapon of successful investing: patience. The stock market is just a machine that rewards people who are in it for the long haul. So do your research, invest in quality companies, and then just let time do all the heavy lifting for you. It's such a simple strategy, but it is unbelievably powerful. Okay, we have covered a ton of ground. We've got the theory down. Now it's time to put it all together and build a sample portfolio. Let's see what this actually looks like in practice. So let's meet our hypothetical investor, Sarah. She's 30 years old, she wants to retire when she's 65, and she's ready to start putting away $500 every single month. She's not trying to get rich overnight, she just wants to build a really secure future. Does that sound a little familiar? Well, let's see how she can do it.
So what does a portfolio for Sarah look like? Well, here's a simple, diversified, smart mix that's just perfect for a beginner. It's got a big slice of stocks for growth, both from the US and internationally. It's got some bonds in there for stability and to smooth out the ride, and even a little bit of real estate for income. It's a really well-rounded portfolio that is built for the long term, exactly what Bogle and Buffett would recommend.
And now, here's where the magic really happens. By just consistently investing that $500 a month for 35 years, Sarah's portfolio could grow to over $840,000. That is the power of compounding. It's honestly one of the most powerful forces in finance. It's not about being a genius, it's just about being consistent. And that brings us right back to Buffett's timeless wisdom. You see, Sarah's journey to financial freedom isn't going to be about her picking the one perfect stock or timing the market just right. No, it's going to be about her discipline, her patience, and her commitment to her long-term plan. And those are the things that will make all the difference in the world.
So there you have it, a simple 4-step blueprint to kickstart your own investing journey. You've got the knowledge, you've got the tools, and you've got the wisdom of the greats to guide you. Really, the only thing left to do is to take that very first step. So what are you waiting for? Your future is ready when you are.